What if, no matter how chaotic life gets, deadlines pile up, relationships test you, or the world spins faster than you can keep up, you could face it all with a steady heart and a clear mind? That's not just a dream, my friend. That's the promise of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's like a secret weapon for thriving in our fast-paced modern world. Welcome to the Daily Stoic Habit, your channel for tapping into the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca to build a life that's not just good, but also deep, meaningful, and joyful. Let's be real. Life in America today can feel like a roller coaster with no brakes. 1 minute you're chasing the next big thing, be it a promotion, a new car, or the perfect Instagram moment. The next minute you're lost in the noise wondering, is this it? Is this what happiness looks like? We've all been there, scrolling through our phones, chasing quick fixes or seeking approval from others, only to feel emptier than before. But what if the answer isn't out there in the hustle? What if true joy, calm, resilient, unbreakable joy, is already inside, you waiting to be unlocked? That's where Stoicism comes in, and trust me, it's not some dusty old textbook philosophy. It's a living guide to mastering your mind, finding peace and living with purpose no matter what life throws at you. Imagine, you're standing on a cliff, the ocean crashing below, the wind howling all around you. The storms of life are raging, be it a difficult breakup, a stressful job, or just the weight of everyday chaos. A Stoic doesn't flinch. They put their foot down, take a deep breath, and choose how they respond. That's the power of Stoicism. It teaches you to control what you can, your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, and let go of the rest. It's about seeing challenges not as obstacles but as stepping stones to becoming stronger, wiser, and more peaceful. Whether you're in New York, Texas, or anywhere in between, this wisdom is your ticket to a life that not only survives, but thrives. At Daily Stoic Habit, we aim to make Stoicism practical, understandable, and truly life-changing. This video, Finding Inner Peace, Stoic Wisdom for a Happier, More Fulfilling Life, is the ultimate guide to changing the way you think, feel, and live. We'll dive into the core of the Stoic teachings, how to master your emotions, build relationships that help you thrive, and embrace every moment with courage and clarity. From Marcus Aurelius's battle-tested insights to Seneca's sharp advice on love and resilience, we'll break it all down in a way that makes sense to you right here, right now. Before we get started, do me a favor. Subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications for my daily Stoic routine. Why? Because every week we release videos packed with Stoic strategies to help you manage stress, boost your confidence, and live a life you're proud of. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on what's coming next. So what's the first step to living a happy Stoic life? Start by understanding a simple truth. You can't control the world, but you can control how you react to it. Let's explore the first principle, mastering your emotions, the Stoic key to a resilient life right now. Let's talk about one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic toolbox, emotional control. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, late for a big meeting, and your phone's blowing up with urgent messages. Your heart's racing, your palms are sweaty, and you're one honk away from losing it. Sound familiar? In moments like these, it's easy to let your emotions run the show. But here's the Stoic secret. You don't have to. You can choose to stay calm, collected, and in charge no matter what's happening around you. Let's unpack how Stoicism teaches us to master our emotions and why it's the foundation for a life well lived. So, what does emotional control mean in Stoicism? It's not about bottling up your feelings or pretending you're a robot. Instead, it's about understanding your emotions, deciding how to respond, and refusing to let them hijack your peace. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus nailed it when he said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Think about that for a second. The world can throw curveballs, bad bosses, rude strangers, or unexpected setbacks, but your reaction? That's all you. And that's where your power lies. Let's paint a picture. You're at a coffee shop, and someone cuts in line, grabs the last pastry you were eyeing, and doesn't even glance your way. Your blood boils. You're ready to snap. But a Stoic pauses. They take a deep breath and ask, "Why am I getting mad? Is this person's action worth my peace?" 9 times out of 10, it's not. Stoicism teaches us to step back and examine our emotions like a scientist. Are you angry because of the pastry or because you're stressed about something else? By questioning your feelings, you strip away their power to control you. It's like turning down the volume on a blaring radio. You can still hear it, but it's not drowning out your thoughts anymore. Now let's get practical. How do you actually control your emotions when life's coming at you fast? Stoicism offers a playbook, and it starts with awareness. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who faced wars, betrayals, and plagues, wrote in his Meditations, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." He's telling us to pay attention to what's running through our heads. Next time you feel a wave of anger, sadness, or frustration, stop and name it. Say to yourself, "I'm feeling angry because my coworker took credit for my idea." Naming the emotion creates distance, giving you space to choose your response instead of reacting on autopilot. Here's where it gets even better. Stoicism teaches us to reframe our emotions. Let's say you're nervous about a big presentation at work. Your stomach's in knots and you're dreading it. A Stoic would ask, "What if I saw this as a chance to grow?" Instead of letting nerves paralyze you, reframe them as excitement, a signal you're stepping up to a challenge. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a mental shift that rewires how you experience stress. Seneca, another Stoic heavyweight, put it this way: "We suffer more often in our minds than in reality. By changing how you interpret events, you shrink their emotional grip on you." Another Stoic trick? The pause. When emotions flare, don't act right away. Take a moment, count to 10, take a walk, or just breathe deeply. This pause is like hitting the brakes before your car spins, out of control. It gives you time to align your response with your values. Imagine you get a snarky email from a colleague. Your first impulse might be to fire back a heated reply, but a Stoic waits, reflects, and chooses a response that's calm and professional. That's not weakness. It's strength. It's you saying, "I'm in charge here, not my emotions." Let's talk about why this matters, especially in America today. We're bombarded with triggers, social media arguments, 24/7 news cycles, and the pressure to keep up with everyone else's highlight reels. It's easy to get sucked into a spiral of outrage or anxiety. But Stoicism offers a way out. By mastering your emotions, you become like a lighthouse in a storm, steady, unshaken, guiding yourself and others through the chaos. You stop wasting energy on things you can't control, like other people's opinions or random setbacks, and focus on what you can: your mindset, your actions, your peace. Here's a real-world example. Let's say you're dealing with a tough family situation, maybe a sibling who's always pushing your buttons. Every conversation feels like a minefield. A Stoic approach would be to recognize your triggers, like when they bring up old grudges, and prepare for them. Before the next family dinner, remind yourself, "I can't control what they say, but I can control how I respond." Maybe you choose to listen more, speak less, and let their words roll off you like water off a duck's back. That's emotional control in action, and it's freeing. One last Stoic gem. Practice makes progress. Emotional control isn't something you master overnight. It's like building a muscle. You start small and get stronger over time. Try this. For one day, notice every time you feel a strong emotion. Write it down, along with what triggered it and how you responded. Then ask, could I have handled that better? Over time, you'll spot patterns and get better at staying calm under pressure. Marcus Aurelius did this through his nightly reflections, constantly refining his ability to stay steady in a chaotic world. Why should you care about emotional control? Because it's the foundation of a resilient, joyful life. When you master your emotions, you're not just reacting to life, you're shaping it. You're choosing peace over chaos, strength over impulse, purpose over distraction. And that's what Stoicism is all about, living well no matter what. Up next, we'll explore how to let go of what you can't control, a game changer for finding true freedom. Stay with me, and let's keep building that Stoic life together. Today, we're diving into another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Acceptance. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a storm, rain's whipping your face, thunder's roaring, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Sounds overwhelming, right? But what if instead of fighting the storm, you stood tall, let the rain soak you, and found peace in the chaos? That's what acceptance is all about in Stoicism. It's not giving up, it's choosing to embrace what you can't change so you can focus on what you can. Let's explore how this principle, straight from the minds of Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, can set you free in a world that's anything but predictable. So, what does acceptance mean in the Stoic playbook? It's the art of recognizing what's beyond your control, traffic jams, other people's opinions, even life's biggest curveballs, and letting go of the urge to fight them. Epictetus, the former slave turned Stoic sage, put it best. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Think about that. How much energy do you waste stressing over things you can't change? The coworker who's always late, the flight delayed for hours, or that one family member who just won't listen? Stoicism says, stop wrestling with the wind. Focus on what's in your hands. That's where your freedom lies. Let's paint a scene. You're at work and your boss shoots down your big idea in front of everyone. Your face burns and you're ready to spiral into frustration or self-doubt. A Stoic, though, takes a different path. They pause and think, I can't control my boss's reaction, but I can control how I respond. Maybe you nod, take the feedback and resolve to refine your idea later. Or maybe you realize their rejection says more about their mood than your worth. Either way, you accept the moment for what it is, a blip, not a disaster, and move on. It's like dodging a punch in a boxing ring. You don't stand there taking hits, you roll with it and keep fighting. Here's why acceptance is a game changer. Especially in America's fast-paced culture. We're wired to control everything. Our schedules, our image, even how others see us. Social media doesn't help with its constant pressure to curate the perfect life. But life doesn't work that way. Plans fall apart, people let you down, and sometimes the universe just says, not today. Fighting those realities only leaves you exhausted. Stoicism offers a better way. Accept what's out of your hands, and you'll find a kind of peace that no amount of hustle can buy. So how do you practice acceptance in everyday life? Let's break it down with some Stoic wisdom. First, know what's in your control. Epictetus loved to hammer this point home. Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, that's your domain. Everything else? Let it go. Try this. Next time, something frustrates you, like a long line at the grocery store, ask yourself, can I change this? If the answer's no, shift your focus. Maybe you use the wait to listen to a podcast or just breathe and notice the world around you. It's a small act, but it rewires your brain to stop battling the uncontrollable. Next, embrace Amor Fati, Latin for love of fate. This is Seneca's gift to us, and it's pure gold. Amor Fati means loving whatever life throws at you, good or bad, as if you chose it. Lost your job? Amor Fati, it's a chance to pivot. Rain ruined your picnic? Amor Fati, time for an indoor adventure. It's not about faking happiness. It's about seeing every moment as a teacher. Imagine life as a tough but fair coach, pushing you to grow. When you love your fate, you stop resisting and start learning. Suddenly, setbacks aren't obstacles. They're stepping stones to a stronger you. Another Stoic tool? Reframe the narrative. Marcus Aurelius was a master at this. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Let's say you're stuck in a dead-end job, feeling trapped. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, reframe it. This job is teaching me patience and resilience. It's fuel for my next move. By changing the story you tell yourself, You turn a negative into a neutral, or even a positive. It's like flipping a switch in your mind, transforming frustration into opportunity. Here's a real-life example, to bring it home. Imagine you're planning a big family reunion, but half the relatives cancel last minute. You're crushed. Weeks of planning down the drain. A Stoic would accept the situation. I can't force them to show up, but I can make the most of who's here. Maybe you turn it into an intimate gathering, sharing stories and laughter with the few who came. By accepting what you can't control, you salvage joy from disappointment. That's the Stoic way, finding light in the shadows. Why does acceptance matter? Because it's your ticket to freedom. When you stop fighting life's flow, you save energy for what truly counts: your goals, your relationships, your growth. In a world that glorifies control, Stoicism reminds us that true strength lies in surrender, not to defeat, but to reality. It's about standing firm in a hurricane, knowing the winds can't break you. Up next, we'll dive into how Stoicism builds resilience, turning challenges into chances to shine. Stay tuned and let's keep crafting that Stoic life together. Picture yourself as a sturdy oak tree in a wild storm, branches swaying, leaves whipping in the wind, but your roots hold firm. That's what resilience is in Stoicism. It's not about avoiding life's storms, but learning to stand tall through them, coming out stronger every time. With insights from Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, let's explore how to build a resilience that turns setbacks into stepping stones, right here in the hustle of modern America. So, what's resilience in the Stoic sense? It's the ability to face adversity, whether it's a job loss, a heartbreak, or just a really bad day, and bounce back with grace and grit. Stoics don't just endure hardship, they use it as fuel to grow. Epictetus, who went from enslaved person to philosophical legend, said it best: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that. Life's going to knock you down sometimes. The question is, do you stay on the ground, or do you get up, dust yourself off, and keep moving? Resilience is choosing to rise every single time. Let's set the scene. You're scrolling through your phone, and you see a post from an old friend who just landed their dream job. Meanwhile, you're stuck in a role that feels like a dead end, and self-doubt creeps in. It stings, doesn't it? A Stoic doesn't wallow. They pause, take a breath, and think, this moment is a test. How can I use it to grow? Maybe you decide to take an online course to upskill, or you start networking to open new doors. That's resilience in action, turning a pang of envy into a spark for progress. It's like forging steel in a fire. The heat's intense, but it makes you stronger. Why does resilience matter in today's world? America's a land of dreamers, but it's also a pressure cooker. Bills pile up, social media screams keep up, and life's unpredictability can feel relentless. Stoicism offers a lifeline. By building resilience, you become like a surfer riding massive waves. You don't control the ocean, but you learn to navigate it with skill and confidence. You stop letting setbacks define you and start seeing them as chances to sharpen your character. So, how do you cultivate Stoic resilience? Let's break it down with some practical wisdom. First, embrace challenges as teachers. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Next time life hits you hard, say a project at work flops, don't see it as failure. Ask, what's this teaching me? Maybe it's patience, better planning, or the courage to try again. Imagine challenges as a tough coach pushing you to level up. By leaning into them, you build mental muscles that make future hurdles feel lighter. Another Stoic tool is negative visualization. A practice that sounds grim but works wonders. Marcus Aurelius used this to stay grounded, imagining worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on them but to prepare. Try this. Take a quiet moment and picture losing something you value: your job, a relationship, or even your morning coffee routine. Feel the discomfort, then remind yourself, I'd still find a way to be okay. This exercise isn't about pessimism. It's about training your mind to handle whatever comes. When real setbacks hit, you'll think, I've been here before in my head and I've got this. It's like a mental fire drill keeping you ready for life's surprises. Here's another gem. Focus on your response, not the event. Epictetus taught that external events are neutral. It's our judgment that makes them good or bad. Let's say you get passed over for a promotion. It's easy to spiral into anger or self-pity. A Stoic reframes it. I can't change the decision, but I can choose to work harder, seek feedback, or explore new paths. This shift is like flipping a coin from why me to what now. It empowers you to act, not react, turning obstacles into opportunities. Let's ground this in a real-world example. Imagine you're planning a big move to a new city, full of excitement for a fresh start. Then, the apartment you wanted falls through, and you're stuck scrambling. It's a gut punch. A Stoic accepts the setback. I can't control the landlord's choice, and pivots. Maybe you find a better place or crash with a friend while you search. By focusing on what you can do, you keep your momentum, not your misery. Resilience is about rolling with the punches, not throwing in the towel. One more Stoic practice, like reflect and learn. Marcus Aurelius ended each day journaling, reviewing what went well and what didn't. Try this. At night, jot down one challenge you faced and how you handled it. Maybe you snapped at a coworker during a stressful meeting. Instead of beating yourself up, write, I lost my cool, but tomorrow I'll pause before responding. This habit turns every day into a lesson, building resilience bit by bit. It's like laying bricks for a fortress. One small act at a time, you create something unbreakable. Why should you care about resilience? Because it's the secret to thriving, not just surviving. In a world that demands constant hustle, Stoic resilience lets you face life's lows without losing your spark. You become someone who doesn't just weather storms, but dances in them, knowing each challenge makes you tougher, wiser, and more alive. That's the Stoic promise. A life where nothing can shake your core. Now we're talking about a personal growth and practical applications. How to use Stoic wisdom to know yourself better, keep learning, and turn ancient philosophy into daily habits that spark real change. Imagine your life as a garden. Stoicism gives you the tools to pull weeds, plant seeds, and grow into the best version of yourself. With Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca as our guides, let's explore self-awareness, continuous learning, and practices like negative visualization and meditation, all tailored for navigating the modern American grind. Let's kick off with self-awareness. The heart of Stoic growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, Know thyself, and he wasn't kidding. To grow, you need to understand who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, and what drives you. Ever caught yourself reacting to something, like snapping at a coworker, and wondered, why did I do that? Stoicism says, look inside. Self-awareness is like holding a flashlight to your soul, illuminating the corners you usually ignore. It's about asking tough questions. What are my core values? Where do I fall short? How can I do better? This isn't about judgment. It's about clarity, giving you a roadmap to become the person you want to be. Here's how to start. Try Stoic journaling. A practice Marcus Aurelius mastered. Each night spend 10 minutes writing about your day. What went well? Maybe you stayed calm during a stressful meeting. What didn't? Perhaps you procrastinated on a big task. Write it down, then ask, what can I learn? This habit builds a mental mirror, helping you see patterns like getting frustrated when you're tired, and adjust. It's like a workout for your mind, strengthening your ability to make deliberate choices. In a world of distractions from TikTok to endless notifications, self-awareness keeps you grounded in what matters. Next up, continuous learning. Stoicism isn't a one-and-done deal. It's a lifelong quest to grow wiser. Epictetus said, "You cannot learn that which you think you already know." Humility is key. Whether you're in New York chasing a career or chilling in a small town, there's always more to learn about yourself, others, or the world. Think of learning as oxygen for your soul. It could be reading a book on Stoicism, taking a coding class, or just listening to a coworker's perspective. Every lesson sharpens your mind, making you more resilient and adaptable. Let's make it real. Say you're stuck in a rut, feeling like life's passing you by. A Stoic doesn't sulk, they seek knowledge. Maybe you sign up for a free online course to boost your skills or start a podcast habit to spark new ideas. Small steps add up. I once knew someone who felt trapped in a dead-end job. Inspired by Stoicism, they started learning digital marketing on the side. A year later, they landed a better gig. That's the power of continuous learning. It opens doors you didn't know existed. What's one thing you could learn this week to grow? The answer might surprise you. Now let's get to the good stuff. Practical Stoic practices. First, negative visualization. A tool Seneca championed. It sounds dark, but it's life-changing. Spend a few minutes imagining worst-case scenarios. Losing your job, a health scare, or even missing your morning coffee. Feel the discomfort, then remind yourself, I'd still find a way through. This isn't about gloom, it's about preparation. By mentally rehearsing tough moments, you reduce their power to shock you. Picture an athlete training for a big game. They practice under pressure, so the real thing feels familiar. Next time your boss critiques your work, you'll think, I've pictured worse, I'm ready. It's like mental armor for life's battles. Another gem is Stoic meditation. Not the lotus position kind, but a focused reflection. Marcus Aurelius called it retreating to your inner citadel. Try this. Each morning, sit quietly for 5 minutes and visualize your day. What challenges might come up? Maybe a tense meeting or a long commute. Now, decide how you'll respond, with patience, focus, or humor. This primes your mind to stay steady when chaos hits. In America's go-go-go culture, where we're always rushing, this pause is a superpower. It's like hitting reset on your brain, clearing the noise so you can act with intention. Here's a story to tie it together. Imagine Sarah, a single mom in Chicago juggling work and kids. She's stressed, snapping at her family and feeling like she's failing. Then she discovers Stoicism. She starts journaling to understand her triggers. Late nights make her cranky. She learns basic stress management techniques like deep breathing to stay calm. She practices negative visualization, picturing a tough day at work so she's ready for it. Slowly, she transforms. She's not perfect, but she's kinder to herself and her kids, finding joy in small moments. That's Stoic growth. Steady progress, not instant perfection. One more practice. Live with intention. Seneca said, life is long if you know how to use it. Every day ask, am I living by my values? If honesty matters to you, speak truthfully, even when it's hard. If courage is your goal, tackle a fear, like public speaking. These choices shape who you become. In a world obsessed with quick wins, Stoicism reminds us that growth is a marathon, not a sprint. Each step forward, whether learning a skill or reflecting on a mistake, builds a life you're proud of. Why does this matter? Personal growth isn't just self-help fluff. It's the engine of a meaningful life. In America, where success often means money or status, Stoicism redefines it as becoming your best self. By embracing self-awareness, learning, and practical habits, you craft a life that's resilient, purposeful, and deeply fulfilling. You're not just living, you're thriving. Wow, what a journey we've been on here at The Daily Stoic Habit. As we wrap up this insightful article on finding inner peace, Stoic wisdom for a happier, more fulfilling life, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible wisdom we've uncovered. Stoicism, with its timeless insights from Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, is more than a philosophy. It's a roadmap to a resilient, meaningful, and joyful life. Whether you're navigating the hustle and bustle of city life or finding your way to a quiet corner of America, these principles can change the way you think, feel, and live. Thank you for being here, for walking this path with us. Stoicism isn't just about learning. It's about living. Take a lesson from today, maybe a pause, a journal entry, or a moment of acceptance, and test it out. See how it changes your perspective. Keep growing, keep shining. Time is limited, so we'll stop here. I hope you found this video helpful. If it helped you even a little, I'm happy. Save it to your playlist if you want to listen to it again, anytime. Like and share it with others because sometimes a timely message can change your life. And don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Stoic Habits channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any valuable videos in the future. Bye, and see you soon.